Welcome to Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma. Now the moon is full in Pisces and Mercury goes retrograde in Libra on Saturday the 10th of September. So I thought rather than let the messages get lost in astrological translation, it'd be better if we sat cross-legged in my room with a candle in our jammies and I gave you a good old-fashioned tarot reading instead. Let's drop into our intuition. Let's explore dreamland together and let's get Pisces. Let's get psychic. If you'd like to support the work, you can always head over to buymeacoffee.com/UmaRuby and put some money in the tip jar. But other than that, relax and let's see what happens. I've got a lot of reversals in this reading, Libra. But as I look at them, it's painting a story, so let's talk about it. There is something here about letting pride get in the way and about perhaps embodying the space of the lion rather than of this figure here. There is a kind of aggression that I'm picking up here, and this could be in attitude or this could be in like quite physically, you know, either you were aggressive or someone was aggressive towards you. I get a sense of manipulation as well with the Magician in reverse. There's sort of, if these two energies are combined, there's something almost as if somebody wanted something from you and they attempted to configure a situation in a certain way that didn't work. And so therefore then they just dropped the mask and were quite abusive, or they attacked. This has got you in a place where you're kind of doing everything by yourself as well. You've taken away, you're drawn away from sort of collaborative mind space, and you're sort of perhaps sitting on your own. The weight of something is your responsibility as far as you can see. If you look at the configuration of the three upside down, the one supports the two rather than the other way around. There's sort of an even weight, an even keel that way. But this way, this one is really supporting these others. And so that's almost like that's your station now as far as you're aware. Like it's sort of the responsibility of this, or the mind frame that you have is, you know what, I'm actually better off alone. I'll do this by myself. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. I'm also picking up that there is someone watching you and they're being quite nasty about it. Again, they're getting things misconstrued. And they're watching and dictating or waiting to, again, perhaps, you know, there's something quite mean-spirited about this reading. Hopefully as I get more cards it'll change. But I do see also a real relinquishment, a real sort of resting in bad behavior and bad habits and self-harm in some way. I think that whatever it is that you've been through recently has been quite difficult, and it's been quite confronting to realize the level of manipulation perhaps that has taken place in a certain configuration of relationships. That this could be in work, because of the, you know, the Three of the Cups is about work, but about collaboration. So yeah, I get a real negative, low vibrational vibe from this today, Libra. And I guess if we think about the Pisces full moon, this is what this reading is for. That's in your 6th house of your daily rituals, your rhythms, your workaday life, the way that you exist day to day. So perhaps some of this negativity might be coming up in that space for you. I'm going to pull some more cards because I want to get a better understanding of what is going on and how we can work with this as well, and what we can hope to achieve, because I do feel a kind of heaviness as I look at this. It seems quite, yeah, it also does feel like, yeah, there's a sort of defense on your part, or, I mean, perhaps, you know, perhaps some of this habitual stuff as you've been suckered into the dance, or the you know, the rhythm or routine, the pettiness of these exchanges. I've got the Six of Cups. I've got the Two of Swords. Why is the Three of Pentacles here? I've got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, okay. Yeah. This might be to do with like an ex-partner, or, because, you know, there's Six of Cups is about soulmates. You know, it's about sort of the inner child and coming together with someone that reminds you of what it was like to be a child. It is also a warped perspective. There is a lot of fantasy in this card, and there's yeah, I mean, there's the ex there, but there is kind of like a sense of nostalgia that's attached to this. And right now we have this Two of Swords, which is a far more stoic, sharp energy. And I kind of feel that this is you, Libra. Mercury has just gone retrograde in your sign, so your first house, so your sense of soul is being asked to, at this moment, at this time, is being asked for review. You're being asked to go over what it is that you think that you're here for, and what it is that you know of yourself, and what it is that you wish to, you know, what is the truth of the matter, maybe, if this is a matter that we're talking about. But rather than sort of come back into this space of nostalgia and come back into this place of connection or reconnection, maybe, I mean, there's sort of, with all of this sort of reversal negativity going on, and this manipulation, this sort of aggression, you know, this sort of spying kind of feeling that's happening here. This perhaps is not built on anything. It almost feels, and with this Three of Pentacles, it almost feels like there's interference. There's sort of there's energies that are involved in this that actually just shouldn't be, and they should butt out. That's what I feel. There's something here about, there's too many fingers in the pot, there's too many cooks at the stew, and this is an instance of real privacy, and there's, you know, there's a connection between one individual and another, and there's two perspectives here. You know, there's a duality here in lots of this, except for this and this, which is like, get out. I don't need your input. I don't need your perspective in this. You need to stop interfering, I think, is what I'm getting. Stop trying to manipulate the situation, and stop being so aggressive when I tell you my boundaries. That's what I really feel about this. And I think that once you can do that, and once you can be direct, I think that this card here, this Mercury and Libra, that's, you know, the message is directness. I need this at the moment. This is what I need from you. This is what I need for myself. I think that that's how I would take this Mercury retrograde for you, Libra, is before, you know, further misunderstandings and miscalculations of the truth are incurred. I think that it's really important for you to wrap yourself in a bit of a protective shroud right now, and you don't need any more information from anybody else. You don't need any more input, or, you know what I think? You don't need any of that right now. You know this situation from your perspective, and you know what you need to heal from and what you need to move on from. And this petty sort of like waiting in the wings, sort of watching, you know, my 2 cents, whatever it is, that's low vibe. This is too big. This, whatever it is that you're dealing with here, is far too big and far too private to have so many people trying to put their bloody 2 cents in. Whew, okay, this is what channeling is. However, then comes a real offer of emotion. Someone is coming to you. Once we can clear the muck and clear the space of those that don't belong there, those that have no right in interfering in this very private, difficult moment for you, then there will be a message of emotional connect. There's someone coming with an offering of soothing. You know, think about the cups as water, think about as our emotions, our emotional body. Someone is coming through with an offering of healing for you. And we can pull some more cards on that to see, you know. Okay, I've got the Two of Cups in reverse here. So this is, yeah, this is this offer is to listen and hear and not help, to provide space for all that's gone on here, this disconnect. You're at a point in time, Libra, and I can tell from this reading where their emotions are quite high right now, and there might be a lot of quick to jump sorts of things going on. And if you feel interfered with, or if you feel that you're not being listened to, that your emotions are being overridden by something that is not public access, that is quite private and quite difficult for you to process, then the message here, Spirit's really telling you, and at this full moon, you know, this Pisces full moon, it's all about psychic connection, right? So this is what I'm trying to do here, is trying to work out what you need to hear in order to feel okay with the reality as it stands. The real need to edit everything that's unhelpful for you right now, and that doesn't mean forever. I mean, I think that you're not surrounded by people that are wishing you harm. They're just not helping and they're not relinquishing or yielding or stepping away to give you space to grieve or to heal or to think things over, to take a moment to step back and think about what it is that you want to do next, or how it is you want to approach the situation. Sometimes this, you know, this is the major card for you, I think, in this whole reading, Libra. I want you to have a look at it. You're in a moment of stillness. Those swords represent the truth. There's two of them. There's two perspectives to this thing, right? And they're both valid. They're both correct. The blindfold isn't bondage. It's not you blinded, you know, and unable to see clearly. It's about you taking a moment to drop below the agony of this truth and to really sit into your body and to come to understand what you feel about the situation and how you can use that intuitive sense that you have to start dressing those wounds that this truth has brought about. No amount of hearing from other people's perspective that aren't to do with these two truths. You don't need any additional swords right now. You don't need any additional perspectives or opinions right now. Right now, you need to sit in this and feel it. And that message is on the way, you know, that offering of empathy is coming right up. And when that cup arrives, you can fill it up with as many tears as you need to. You don't have to be brave. You don't have to be intellectual about this. Right now, Libra, you are an air sign. As much as you're ruled by Venus, as much as you love love and equality and fairness, and you're very good at relationships, you are an air sign. So there is a kind of cerebral compartmentalizing that can sometimes happen when the big emotional waves hit. And so what you need is a bit of water in your energy. You need a water sign that can give you the space to feel it. This offer, in some ways, it's an empty cup, isn't it? It's an empty cup to fill up with what it is that you need to let go of. I'm going to pull you just a couple of oracle. We've got a little bit of sand left, Libra, so I want to... I got freedom and adventures, which seem kind of bittersweet in regard to this reading. But I look at the birds and I look at the air. I look at the ability to fly, the ability to use air to the benefit. And I think that when you sit in this and when you reconcile, the truth of the situation will provide you with such a greater sense of freedom. But now is not the time to try and push that through. Now is not the time to move on. Now is the time to sit in stillness and wait for that cup from that Knight of Cups to fill up. That is your reading, Libra. Bye.